Well, my fellow travelers, on this journey of which you don't take one step, because the whole journey, the whole distance is right there within you right now. You can wander the world talking and walking and flying and taking a plane, swimming. Get the ocean liners to cross the ocean. And all the time the issue is always ever present right now. It's like the grinding and working that you hear in the background of industry and effort, machinery, blowing away, clearing, rebuilding, edifices that outlast your life. But then what was your life? What was the point? Now some of them ask question. Some ask that question and are spurred on for a whole lifetime to say, is there the answer? What is the answer? And the answer is there. But you have to face it with reality, not myth. Because reality is the fact of the whole issue. We can dream great dreams. All of us have great dreams. At night we see fantabulous things, do scary, dangerous, loving, fabulous. Then we wake up, and here we are in this dream, which has its duration as well. We are guaranteed, born here, live for some duration, and die here. And planning and effort and planning, saving, well, can end tomorrow. You could step off a curb in a city and oops, die. You can be bitten by a mosquito and oops, die. You can be, unfortunately, poisoned with toxic chemistry from industry, making profit, that kills you. You can make all sorts of changes. You can do nothing. And the end is still determinate. At some point, you will drop this body. Now we are lucky. We are lucky that there are those who have gone before, who have had the same quest, the same questions, and they made the effort. They made the journey within the mind, within reality. And they kept going and going till they could reach a destination, a realization. And we are lucky that they took the time to leave a map, to draw out the map, to help guide us as we come following in their footsteps with the same question that has awakened us. We want to know. We look and say, well, What is it? What is it? Is there anything? The winds blow. You can hear them in the background. Nature all around us. Of this planet in which we live. And yet we know. Those winds will outlast us in this body. Well then, what is the purpose? What is the map? What did they find? Our elders, our all the predecessors who went before us, male and female, of different nationalities, of areas of the world, who all had that same quest, that same question, and took it to heart. Now some, of course, had no guide. They found no map. And they pursued it on their own. And there were others who had the good fortune of having the map, of meeting a journey, meeting the traveler, the very traveler who had taken the whole path and had that understanding, had that realization. And they could then learn and study with and go over the map and be guided along this process, which is so important because there's so many pitfalls that you can be thrown off. You can really think that you're on the journey. You can really think you're following the way, and you're drifting and drifting into oblivion, into confusion. A confusion that might seem dazzling even. Might be even energizing. Might even have abilities to do fantastic things. But you miss the point. The key point. And once that, well, you can always be pulled back. Can be pointed out and say, oh, wait a minute. Not that way. Not that way. And hopefully you can be pulled back and get back on the correct path, the correct journey. You can get back in tune with the map. Because so many little things are along the way of the journey here within your mind. And they all have their rationales. They all have their excuses. All have their justifications. And they all are deception. There's only the great advantage of the elders, those who have gone before, who have laid it out, and who, by a great kindness, took the time to draw the map from their journey. Now, of course, as we find, many of our fellow travelers, many of our elders who have come this way, have come from such diverse backgrounds that we can't say you have to be like that You have to come from that area of the world. You have to come from that, race. Or you have to come from that religion. You have to come from being a man or a woman only. And you have to, no. You have to be poor and walking with only a bowl, begging. You have to be rich and then have the... There's no consistent thing. Everyone came from a different location, a different background, which is, of course, quite true to the realization of what it really is. What it really is. Not what it's hoped to be. And all the time, that journey is right there within you. How far do you got to go? How fast do you have to run? Or how slow do you have to be? To the final realization that is effortless. Effortless. Because once you get to the realization, once you see and know, once you go the map, once it becomes you, once you get it, everything of those symbols, everything of those attachments, everything of those things that you cling to, or judgments, they all vaporize. They all vaporize. And there you are. Clear, open, awake. You can take a you take a big sigh of relief. And you say, you had it all along. All along you already, within you, already knew. It was already there. It didn't get better because you realized it. It wasn't worse because you didn't. It has no attachment. It carries no weight. As a metaphor, it's more akin to saying it's like air itself. And everything is as it is. Now, in that simplicity, that's stunning. And it's very every day, every moment, at the same time. We are very thankful of those who have gone before and have left behind, have taken the time to still draw out the map. draw out the map for us who come in their footsteps. Because the answer, the realization is always there.